Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host, Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson, and I'm an intuitive coach, an energy practitioner, and a life strategist. And here on Me First Mornings is where we explore the tools and the stories and strategies that help you build resilience, start over after loss, and navigate life's twists and turns with hopefully a little clarity and confidence. And in today's episode, we're diving deep into the power of trust, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, and trusting the journey, even when life feels overwhelming. And doesn't it always feel overwhelming? At least for me. Okay, I can only speak for myself here. Plus, I'm going to teach you how to build a success bank to help you remind yourself of you building resilience, because it's important sometimes to keep track of the successes we have, because we forget. It's so easy to like have some accomplish something and then not it's not a big deal anymore because you've accomplished it. So what I want to do is I want to help you with that and teach you how to keep a little journal, notebook, something to keep track of all of the ways that you have succeeded. But we'll get more into that later. In the meantime, if you are searching for clarity and confidence and really want to know how to trust and surrender, then this episode is for you. So welcome. And let me know if you're here and where you're watching from in the world, or if you're watching in the replay, that's cool too. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Sorry. Okay. You guys with me? Okay. Who's here? There's a chat. Sorry. My computer just went, but I'm back. All right. So here we're going. We're going to start with our, okay. Give me a second. Oh, guys, you get to see me being all flustered right now because I don't know what's happening, but okay. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Just taking care of so many things at once. Ah, you're here. Sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. No, I am sorry. I really am. I apologize. Okay. Let's get this started. I'm going to light the candle. And if you have a candle, light it too. We're going to do our Me First Morning ritual. Okay. I took care of things. I get a little bit distracted, but it's important things that I'm dealing with. So just bear with me. And if you're here, say hi. You got this, girl. Aw, thank you, Sean. I know I was a little crazy this morning, but thank you for being here, Sean. I love it when you watch. Okay. Makes me feel good. All right. So we've lit the candle. We're going to breathe 3 times. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. And as you can see, I probably need it. Oh, I probably should turn off the heater behind me because it was cold in here. I know, it's ridiculous. It's June and I had a heater on in my basement. Okay, we're going to do 3 deep breaths. Ready? Deep breath in and hold and release. And you want to take longer for the breath to release. You want to exhale longer because that activates your parasympathetic system, and that's what we want. And when you're breathing in, I want you to imagine just breathing in all of the goodness and all of the life force energy that the universe has to provide. And when you're holding, I want you to imagine that energy going through your body and dissolving and dissipating any stuck or stagnant energy that doesn't serve you. And through the exhale, you are going to release it. Okay, so let's do it 2 more times. Breathe in and hold and release. And another last one, deep breath in and hold and release. Okay, now we're going to do a little stretching. Oh, do I have a story about stretching for you guys? I think on Friday, if you were watching, I complained that my leg was hurting. Well, it was hurting really badly, my hip. And I went to the orthopedist, and now I'm on steroids because of this pain in my leg, which is either a pulled hamstring, a bulging disc, or sciatica. Ooh, so fun. Okay, but we're stretching here. I'm not going to stretch my legs, but let me tell you, I've been stretching now that the steroids have kicked in. Oh, beautiful medicine. Thank you so much. Because I can actually move and walk without crying now. But stretching out now that that medicine took over has been so important, right? And I find stretching, I've actually introduced stretching into my regular routine over the last I don't know if over the last year, like really consistently, I stretch. I usually stretch when I'm brushing my teeth. I kind of do a two in one thing. I don't know, it's just how I work. I do like I brush my teeth and I stretch my legs, and then when I'm done brushing, then I stretch the rest. And we stretch our arms and stuff together. So I'm just sharing with you why I think it's so important because we gotta wake up our body, right? When you wake up in the morning, we usually like get up, throw on some shoes, get out the door, whatever, right? But it's important for us to connect and get into our body and really feel what's happening, right? Engage your body in your day. Right. So we can do that a little bit by stretching and feeling how it's feeling. Also, so that just like when you're setting your intentions, you have a better idea of how your body's doing and what your capacity is to accomplish those intentions, right? All right. So now I would actually like you to please think about the intentions you like to set for the day. And we are going to call in for our spiritual support team in order to help us accomplish those intentions. All right. So I'm going to say my own little prayer, and you are welcome to say your prayer or call in your spiritual support team in whatever way you see fit based on your spiritual beliefs. Okay, here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my highest self and release. Oh my God, guys, I'm having a rough day today. All right. Start again. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my highest self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me set an intention that's in alignment with my highest and greatest good, for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you for showing us the signs and synchronicities and messages in nature, music, movies, through the cards that we pull, and of course, through the words of others today and always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. I appreciate you, I serve you, and I am grateful for any wisdom that you may have to share for me in the collective. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here we go. Whew, it's one of those days, guys. Stay with me. All right, so at this moment, I want for you to just, again, think about that intention, set your GPS word if you have not set it already. And I'm going to take this time to remind you to please go ahead and subscribe now to my YouTube channel. And you can see some of the fun and silliness that I do even when it doesn't work. Just join me for my morning shenanigans. You can join me for my morning shenanigans. And if you would like a personal reading, a strategy session, or a couples reading, please go ahead. I have spots available in my calendar. Go to my scheduler on Calendly, and the link is in the description. I also have the Me First Guide. It's a free guide to transformation. Please go ahead and download that. The link is in the description for that as well. All right. So now let's talk about trust. Oh God, what a day to talk about trust, right? Only because I feel like I've been all over the place today. Okay, so trust. What are we going to talk about this? Okay, we want to talk about the kind of trust that holds your life steady when you're in a storm. Whether you are trying to rebuild after setbacks, or you're chasing dreams that feel out of reach, or you're navigating the ups and downs of daily life. Trust is the only thing that's going to help you get through it. And I say that because there's so many things that are there are things that are within our control. There are things that we can do, and actions and steps we can take, and mindset, tools that we can use in order to shift our perspective, right? But at the end of the day, one of the main things that you really need to hold on to is trust, right? Trust and surrender. I find that I kind of look at them in the same way, because trust is that faith and that belief that everything is working out for you in the end. Okay. And it's not just about trusting that everything is going to be a beautiful unfolding, because it may be, and I hope that it is for you, but life is a little bit more challenging and complicated than that sometimes. So it's not always a beautiful unfolding. Most of the time, life is a messy mess. It is this just I just like in my head, I have the image of like someone's insides coming out, like it's just this like blah, I hope you felt that. Blah. We'll do that again. Um, Life is just something that will test you and challenge you and show you obstacle after obstacle. And it is a training ground for you to become the person that you're meant to become, for you to allow that light to shine through no matter what challenges that you are overcoming, no matter what obstacles are coming your way. And that trust comes from a solid relationship between you and the universe. That trust comes from a solid relationship between you and yourself, right? And trusting the process, trusting that there are ups and downs, trusting that there are going to be failures and disappointments, trusting that no matter how terrible things look at the moment for you, that there is hope, that there is light, and that there is an opportunity to grow and step into a more connected, authentic version of yourself. And, you know, it is so important for us to do that, because we have been trained our entire lives to deny our instincts, to deny so many things that come naturally to each of us, right? And depending on your situation, your life circumstance, there are so many structures set up for us to fail, right? And that's okay. That's okay, because failure is part of the success. Failure is okay. Now, where you have to build the trust is like I said, with yourself, because guess what? You, the universe, we're the same, right? We are not just examples of the universe. We don't just hold the universe within us. We are the universe. You are part of the universe. It's like part of us. It's like saying that the water from the ocean that you pull out from a bucket, it's like saying that the water in the bucket is not ocean water. It is still ocean water. It is part of the great vast ocean. It is just in a container. That bucket is like our, body, right? That ocean water is in a container, right? Your spirit is in this container, but it is the same. It is the same energy. It is the same light that comes from the cosmos, that comes from the power of God. Okay, whatever you believe in, you are the same, which means that you have the power to become what you are meant to become, what you are here for. And the connection comes when you connect yourself with those things that light you up. Let me tell you that if you are connecting with the things that light you up, you are moving in the direction of what is most connected for you. What is your purpose? What is your mission? Because if it's lighting you up, it means that it is in alignment with your highest self. Okay. If something brings you joy and or anything, if it brings you satisfaction, if it's just something fun to do, if you feel fun and joy, then you are in alignment with your highest self. Because despite all the things that we've learned about a vengeful God, as certainly within the Catholic religion, which is what I grew up with my whole life, then you may not believe that you have power. You may not believe that you even have a say of what's going on in your life, and everything is at the mercy of your circumstances, right? But I'm here to tell you that you have the power of God within you, and you have to develop that relationship with God, that relationship with yourself first. Even if you don't want to use God, if you don't want to think about the universe, if you're just like, you know what, I don't trust anything but myself, beautiful. Start there, because you have to start with you, right? Because you are it, right? You are the foundation of this experiment, right? You are the ocean water in the bucket. So we need to make sure that the ocean water in the bucket is clean, right? We want to make sure that it's flowing, that it's able to do what it needs to do. If you stick sand and rocks and all sorts of stuff in that bucket, you're going to lose some ocean water and it's not going to be as clear, right? So our job is to pull out the sand, pull out the rocks, pull out the pieces, and know that that water still is not just part of the ocean, but that it is ocean water. You are not just part of the universe, you are the universe. And with that peace in mind, I want you to build a relationship with yourself and with the universe. So, how do we do that, right? Well, the first thing is, and I have in the description kind of like a little breakup, and I'm going to go through these because I think they're important, right? So, the first thing is you use faith as a tool, right? Now, trust and faith is not about ignoring your reality. Nothing that I talk about is about, bypassing any of the real pain or challenges that you are experiencing in your life. Okay. It's not about um, like ignoring your circumstances. It is about seeing the potential in challenging times. It is about seeing hope. It is about knowing that no matter what struggles that you have right now, that you have the faith that God or the universe or you can get you through it, that you have the tools somewhere inside you, or whatever tools you're missing, that the universe or God or whatever greater power that you connect with is going to make sure that it puts in your path the people and the situations and the tools that are going to help you move forward on this journey, because you are an expression of pure love and light. And that expression of pure love and light needs to continue to express itself. And so the universe is going to continue encouraging that. And you have to know that that's the journey that you're on. So when you are lacking faith, right? Because faith is also not just, everything's going good. It's easy to be faithful, right? It's like, oh, I'm so grateful. I have a beautiful house. I have a beautiful home. My children are healthy. Everybody's succeeding. We're doing great. Oh, thanks be to God. Yes, of course, we thank God. We thank the universe. We thank whatever power makes it possible for us to feel connected and successful, right? But in the times that you are struggling and suffering, or maybe you want to denounce your faith, or you just don't believe that God is there for you or looking out for you, that is when you need to lean into your faith the most. That is when you turn to yourself and to your spiritual center, your spiritual support team, and say, I don't know what's happening, guys, but I am trusting that you are leading me in the direction of my highest good. I don't know why things are crumbling before me, but I am going to stay connected to what is most important to me and to my mission. And I am going to take these experiences as the obstacles that I need to become the person that I need to become in order to step into that highest version of me, that highest connected and completely um, trusting version of me, right? That version of me that I know will get me out of anything. That version of me that I know can handle no matter what comes her way. And I have the support of the universe behind me. I have the support of God and my spiritual team right behind me saying, yes, you can do it. Right. And that's where you need to lean in. And I can tell you that from personal experience, that's when I've had to lean in the most with everything that happened over the last 4 years, I guess, really, 4.5 years. There was a lot of things that happened that really threw me in my personal life. And I have not given up hope. I continue to hope. I continue to strive and move forward. And I continue to look at everything that comes my way as just an experience that I need to have, that's like a training ground for a higher version of myself, right? For a better, stronger, more resilient version of myself, so that I can achieve the things that I want to achieve, so that I can accomplish the mission that I'm here to accomplish, so that I can shine my light as brightly as possible so other people can see it and then also shine their light, right? As a little call and response. Hey, I'm shining. Hey, me too. Woohoo. And then look, if everybody's shining their light, we're all bright and it's all brighter. Okay. Nothing bad can come from that. All right. Next thing is understand divine timing. Okay. So, not every red light is a setback. Okay. And I say that because sometimes when I first started I talk about all the time infinite receiving, which was about 8 years ago. I did a coaching program with Maru Yabachella and I loved it. It really it put so many things together for me. And we used to always say like we're infinite receivers, and it was just a way of being open to practicing receiving gifts that the universe gives you all the time, right? And so I was teaching my kids about this, and we got to a red light one day in the car. And, we would be like, we're infinite receivers or something in the hopes that the light would turn green. And then eventually I turned that lesson into, the light is red to protect us. And so we have to understand that it is physically there to protect us. And then it could also be there spiritually to protect us so that we are late for something, right? That we need to be late for, because that means we're going to miss an accident, or it means that it is divine timing that is going to happen, but we need to be delayed first. So any kind of hiccup, any kind of obstacle that comes up where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm late. I can't believe, that this is falling apart. Then this is the time, like I said, that you need to lean into your faith and say, oh, if that red light's happening, it must mean I really need to wait. Oh, if I'm falling behind, it's because it is not perfect timing yet. It is not divine timing. And when you trust the timing of the universe, which you will, which you have to practice, right? You have to practice every time that you get a little setback. You have to practice, okay, this is probably about divine timing. I trust that this is about divine timing. I trust that you're protecting me. I trust, practice trusting that the things that are happening to you are happening for your highest good. And that may not be easy, because you may be going through really, really rough times. And I tell you that from experience. It was not easy to believe that the process of seeing my husband suffer through cancer and then die and now have to navigate all that was in some way for my highest good. It's a hard pill to swallow, I can tell you, but that's why I have to practice it, because it is still the root of my beliefs that the universe is always working for us. So I don't know what his life path was or why he had to, go that route. Only God and him know. But that's what it was. The circumstances are what they were. And I can't fight that. I can't do anything about that. I can only move forward with the faith and the trust that it was because it had to happen, because there was no other way, because God had a plan for him that did not include me. And God had a plan for me that did not include him at this stage of life. And so I had to lean in to that trust and say, okay, God, this sucks and I freaking hate this, but I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust that this is for a reason. I'm going to trust that he is on the other side to help me and support our family in a bigger, more cosmic way. That's what I can do. I can practice that. And I hope that you are able to sort of practice that in your own way and look at the obstacles that you're facing or the challenges that you're going through right now and really lean into that faith and really just I don't know how else to say it to you, but you got to lean in and practice and just practice. And some days you're going to wake up and you'll be like, I hate the universe. It is always leaving me out. And you may feel like that, and that's okay. But get back to that trust. Lean into your faith. Okay, so the next part that I want to talk to you about is building a success bank. Now, this is something that I've talked to about all my clients and even my friends. I talk about this a lot, building a success bank. Okay. Now, what this is, it literally is keeping track of all the moments that you overcame challenges, right? So you don't have a success bank yet. So this is something, the first time that you do your success bank, my recommendation is to just start with 3 things, and the 3 bank deposits. Okay, right? Because that's the way it works. The success bank is, you can do a notebook on your phone, if you have a journal, or however you want to keep track of the success bank, but keep it in one place so that you always can go back to it, right? Because you need to be able to go back and reflect. So yeah, phone, computer, file, or a written piece of paper, a journal is fine, right? And the first time you sit down, you can start with 3 things just to kick you off. And the 3 things, the 3 deposits that you are going to put into that success bank, okay, is something that you overcame, right? So a situation that happened in your life that you didn't think you could get through, but you did, and you overcame it. Write down one of those situations. The second one is, I want you to write down something that you currently have that you didn't think was possible, like something that exists in your life that you never in a million years would have thought could happen, right? And, for me, for example, it was meeting my husband. He was the greatest thing on the planet. And I never would have imagined that I ended up with someone like him in my life, that he would be my life partner. That was the greatest gift. So that would have been one of my entries in my success bank. It's like having the life that I have. I never in a million years could have imagined that it would have turned out this way. Well, both in the good ways and the bad, but this is a success bank. Okay. So we'll stick to the good for now. And then the other one is I want you to write down um, one way that the universe had your back. All right. So a situation where you were like, man, I am screwed. And then suddenly, boop, something happens, money shows up, a miracle occurs, something where you're like, wow, that was like divine timing, something that shows that the universe has your back. And I want you to start with those three deposits. Okay. And then after that, if you have more ideas, if there's other things you want to add, then please go ahead and add it. And the point is that every time you have a success, right? So it's like those three things. Every time you remember something that you overcame, every time you remember, wow, I have this that I never thought was possible. And every time you um, see that the universe has your back, that the universe stepped up for you, I want you to write it in your success bank. And the reason I call it the success bank is because those are your deposits. So when you're feeling lack or lonely, or you are really denying your abilities, your power, your confidence, if you're feeling, low, you go to the bank and you withdraw one of those things, right? Basically, it's just a reminder. Go back and take a look at the things that you've accomplished, at the things that you have that you didn't have before. It's important to remind yourself of how far you've come, especially when you hit a roadblock, especially when you hit an obstacle and you're like, there's no way I can get out of this. That's when you grab the success bank and you remind yourself of all the times you got out of things, all the times that you didn't think you were going to get through it, but holy cow, you did. Right? Those things go in a place that you can remind yourself of how incredible you really are and how much power you truly have, because that's easy to forget that we have that power. But you need to somehow put it in some place to remind yourself over and over again of how amazing you are and how much you can accomplish. And of course, of how much the universe really does have your back, because that's important to remember. Okay. And so that's your success bank. Please let me know in the comments if you guys have done it, because I want to know if you've done your success bank, if you have one already, if it's working for you, please let me know. All right. So the other couple of points that I want to talk about is number one, your transformation is going to happen through growth. Okay. So it is comfortable to stay where you are. It is comfortable. And of course, we want things to just kind of be easy. We want things to just flow. We want to just wake up and the day goes smoothly. But that's not how it works. It's not how life works. And if you were to always stay smooth and, like be in that flow and every day was kind of like that, it would probably get boring. Just saying, we like action, we like excitement. Okay. And unfortunately, to get more action and more excitement, sometimes it gets messy. Growth is messy. Life is messy, but it's also transformative. Okay, so you need to let go of old patterns and beliefs that don't serve you. It is why I talk about the Me First formula. I actually didn't even talk about the framework today, because the trust piece, is the last piece of the whole formula, right? So we went through over the last 2 weeks the acronym Me First, right? M is for momentum, E is for energy, F is for focus, I is for inner work, R is for relationships, S is for showing up, and T today is about trust. And it's about trust and surrender. All right. And so I want you to go through things and really just remember, if you find yourself lost or disconnected, take yourself back to the Me First framework and just start approaching things like just one channel at a time, and start tweaking things, start messing with each little section, right? Messing with your momentum. Oh, things are moving too fast. I'm going to slow them down. That's your choice. You're in control. Beautiful. Energy, right? This takes too much of my energy. I don't have the capacity. Great. Set some boundaries around it and stop, right? Make sure you're focused and tweaking each one. Focus is the same thing, right? Inner work is usually when you're working with your triggers, the things that come up for you that upset you in the meantime, or that sort of you have an emotional reaction to, that is an opportunity for you to take a look at that and say, why am I having this emotional reaction? Why is this upsetting me too much? What is underneath it? What is the wound that needs to be healed underneath this? That is the importance of doing the inner work. And so I encourage you to do this inner work and practice it daily. Like daily, you should be daily, every situation, as much as possible, shifting your perspective to be able to build your resilience, right? And you practice it as much as you can. And some days you'll do great and you're going to be amazing and feel amazing, and other days not so much. And that's okay. And the last thing is, if you can, practice daily reflection, right? If it's in the morning or before bed, I want you to incorporate your success bank somehow into your life. Whether, like it's while you're waiting for the kids in the school bus, in the school line, or, as you're ordering your coffee at Starbucks, or, at night before you go to bed. And I'm giving you other options because I could say write it in a journal before you go to bed, but that doesn't work for everybody. So find what works for you. But daily, at least once, you should put a deposit into your success bank. Maybe it's like just something that you didn't get through that day, or you're having a really hard day, and at the end of the day, you realize you did it, you survived. That's enough, right? And I don't want you dismissing your accomplishments. Do not dismiss any of your accomplishments. If you're having a terribly tough day and you have a depressive episode and you are not able to get yourself out of bed, but you somehow manage to do that and maybe even take a shower, that's a success. You write that down in the success bank, and you write it in a way that you will remember how crappy you felt and how difficult it was for you to face that challenge, and you did it anyway. It is important to write down the small stuff, because with those things, you are building trust. And building trust with yourself is about doing the things that you say you're going to do. It is about prioritizing the things that are important to you. And it is about putting yourself first. Your needs come first, right? You have to see what you have the capacity for, what you can contribute, what actions you can take. And then you trust that the universe is going to take care of the rest, right? That is your job. Your job is to do what is within your control, and then release the rest. Release the expectations, release any idea you have of what is supposed to happen next, because that is not our job. That is in the hands of the highest, okay? In our hands is just what's in front of me. How can I deal with this? Do I have the capacity? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Set up the boundaries appropriately, and then take action. Take the action that you can take that is in alignment with your highest and greatest good. And I promise you, if you practice this every day, you are going to see incredible transformation in your life. And let me tell you something. If you put it in your mind that you have to practice this trust, practice leaning into trusting that things are the way they are and that the universe is supporting you every chance it gets, you are going to see a shift in your perspective, and hopefully a shift in your entire well-being. Because when we are in the flow of the universe, everything just seems to work out differently. And I want you to have that opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card real quick, and then I got to wrap it up because Mom got to work. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm doing the Wisdom of the Oracle cards today, and we're going to see, what does the Wisdom of the Oracle have to say about trust? Let's just see. All right, talk to me about trust. I want to know, what does the collective need to know about building trust with themselves and the universe? Okay. Treasure Island. Okay, look at this. Number 9. Oh, we're in a 9-year, people. It is a 9-year. 2025 in numerology turns into 9 because it's 2 + 2 + 5. Okay. And 9 is the number of completion, right? So we are completing cycles. We are completing karmic cycles. We are completing life cycles. We're completing all sorts of cycles. Okay. And this is Treasure Island. Let me see. I'm going to read to you what it says. But what this tells me is that in this completion, right, and this trust, right, this is what you're working towards. You are working towards, you see that turtle holding the island on its back, right? It's almost like us holding the weight of the world, holding all our dreams on our back, and we're just gotta keep on swimming, right? It's like, you've got this. You are the island of treasure. You have everything you need on you, within you, around you, right? There's nothing that you lack. And in order to build that trust, first you have to build the foundational knowledge that you have everything you need, right? And that you have unconditional support from the universe. Okay, so here we go. Essential meanings: the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. See, trust. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You've uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. Okay, now I'm going to read you the protection message because the card actually came upside down. So this is sort of the not the warning, but the thing you need to pay attention to, okay, in order to build that trust. Poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations, right? This is about the control that you have, the things that you can control, and knowing, right? Because if you are a victim, then you don't believe that everything is working out for you. So this is what you need to pay attention to. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible that you're caught in a fear that you will lose what you have acquired, so you hold on so tight that you miss the opportunities to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Trust. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your own confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. And there you go. Go right in that success bank. I want you guys, if you're watching and you want to participate, please in the comments drop one thing from your success bank. Either tell me a story of something that you've overcome, tell me how the universe has your back, or tell me the thing that you have now that you never thought possible. I really would love to hear. And I wish you so much love and success today and every day. And go out there and shine your light.